think about all the times, all the moments where I've had feelings of loneliness, feelings of depression, feelings that God forgot about me, feelings that things were never going to change, all those feelings when I could have quit, because I believe that is what the devil wants you to focus on. He wants you to focus on the feelings, because the feelings are real. In the moment, it feels like fact. What is up, everyone? Today's Monday, December 9th, and I'm here at the City Fam offices doing my vlog. I can't figure out how to get this damn live stream to work. I scheduled it for 3 o'clock, and then I'm trying to go live from the stream, and I can't figure out how to do it. So I will figure it out by next week, I promise, because this way people can set a reminder, and then I can, it just becomes more consistent and people can count on it, versus me just going live from a random post, which is I don't know if anybody even gets notified, but I guess they catch the replay. So anyway, just want to talk a little bit about what's happened the last week, all the new developments and just exciting things that are going on. So first off is the Drew Hill show was last weekend, and it was amazing. It was my first real the first time I stuck my toe into that world of concert promotions, and it was really good. I loved it, actually. I wasn't sure, I risked quite a bit, because you have to spend a lot of money to get these acts to come in, and then if you don't sell the tickets, you got to pay for them. So it was a little bit of a risk for me, because I wasn't really sure how everything worked, but I figured promotions, is promotions. And if I could do it with nightclubs, I was hoping that I could do it with a concert. So it worked out really good. I enjoyed it a lot. And actually, if you're watching right now on YouTube, I'm going to cut in some clips now.
This little button there. Does everyone see it? Yeah, where you're going to see it. Okay? So that's how you do it. Does everyone good on that?
So we're scanning your ticket.
Correct. So what you're guys going to have to do is touch your ticket.
So what can you do if you want a fun, active social life and want to do something that's worthwhile and it's not a waste of time? The answer? Join the fam. City Fam, that is. The social community worldwide.
I started a nonprofit in the city, and really what it was based on was, I used to be a club promoter in the city. I was the biggest promoter in the city. And when I realized that the decisions I was making weren't supporting my long-term goals, I found that I was staying at home. I was bored and lonely. I was making good decisions, but I just didn't know what to do or who to do it with. And after staying at home every weekend for way too long, I decided that we had to fix that problem, because there shouldn't be a separation between doing the right time. You know what I mean? So that's what City Fam addresses. So we do a lot of social events, we do a lot of volunteer events in the city. Where my singers at? My singers.
Your love for me, come on, tell me what it's gonna be. Yeah, do you see the sign? When I might be on the road, see your friends all day. How do you your love for me? Come on, tell me what it's gonna be. Do you see yourself when I might be on the road, see your friends all Come on, how do you love for me? Tell me what it's gonna be. When do you see yourself when I like me on the Tell me why, Somebody's sleeping in my bed, baby. Somebody's taking my bed.
But it was great. I really loved it. I loved you know, the excitement of being there at the casino. I was backstage when, you know, Cisco was there, and Nokio and Jazz, who is our, you know, who hasn't been with the band for almost 2 years. He actually was in the audience, and he came in and came on stage and did like half the show, and I loved it because for me it killed a lot of birds with one stone. Meaning, like, you know, I had City Fam's commercials playing on the big screens before the show for all the audience there. I actually had Epic, my church's ad, playing on the big screen before the show. I had my New Year's Eve event playing on the big screen. I had City Fam people working the event. I used the event. I piggybacked blessing bags onto the event so that we were advertising blessing bags through the Drew Hill event, because I was spending money on the Drew Hill ads, and at the bottom of the thing it said, you know, bring your donations to the casino. We're going to be assembling these bags on December 14th. So it would just feel like it accomplished a lot. And in addition, I made some money, which was pretty cool, because you know, I need money. But it was a huge win, and you know, I made a vlog about it. I took it down because I was rambling a bit, but I like it because for me, like, you know, like, it's not, you know, people might say, okay, well, what is that? You know, you're obviously very outspoken about Jesus, right, Rob? Like, Rob, you talk about being a Christian and all this stuff about waiting, and then you're going to go promote a Drew Hill show. And I feel like, to me, you know, I actually, it's right in my vein. It's what I love, because I don't look at things as like Christian or non-Christian. Like, things aren't that black and white to me. Like, you know, I think anything could be used for good. You know what I mean? Like, for us, it's a way for us to be relevant, for me to be relevant, to be there, to meet people where they are, versus, you know, there's people that concert that heard about City Fam that would never come to, let's say if me, Rob, as the founder, if I was to promote some, you know, Christian concert, you know, who's going to be there? Only people that are probably, you know, believers, or are already on the right path. Not necessarily people that may be looking for a healthy community, or maybe they're looking for community in the wrong places and not finding genuine community, maybe in toxic relationships or have bad habits or whatever. So for me, it's like, I like to remove that separation, because I don't think that way, you know. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's the way I look at it. As I want to be relevant. I want to take healthy community to the places where the people are that need it the most. And if that means doing, you know, big concerts with acts of names that people recognize, or, you know, that's what I'm passionate about, and that's how I see us impacting culture at the highest level. And this is just the start of that. So I'm excited to do more. Actually, I talked to Drew Hill's manager, and he was like, look, he wants to do a tour with me, because I told him I have this idea. I want to do it at more casinos, especially in places where City Fam is popping up. I want to establish relationships with other venues, and I want to book them on a multi-city tour and take them to those cities, because it's really good for City Fam, because it keeps us relevant. I don't ever want to be put in a box. I don't want people to say, oh, they're just that group that volunteers, or they're that group of do-gooders, or they're that group of, you know, they're that abstinent group, or that sober group, or that Christian group, or whatever group they try to say we are. No, you know, you can say that, but we are a group of people that are becoming the best version of themselves, because that's something we can all agree on. Like, you know, you might not be waiting, you might not be sober, you might not be a Christian, but everybody wants to become the best version of themselves, right? That's what we want too. And however you do that, it might require, maybe you get sober in the process of that. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's not an issue for you. Maybe you become abstinent in the process. Maybe that's not, you know, your problem. So that is why I don't ever want to be like pigeonholed. I don't want to be put into a box, you know. And I believe that the more good we do, the more people we help, the more people will try to do that. But it's hard to do that when you're standing in line. You can't really say, oh, they're just that do-gooder group. It's like, no, when you're standing in line to get in the events that organization throws, you kind of want to be part of it because you're like, man, these guys they're pretty cool, you know? Because I believe, you know, just becoming the best version of yourself is cool, you know? So anyway, I don't know, I'm rambling a bit, but that is just the way that I look at it. And I named this video today, Feelings Aren't Facts, because like a friend of mine said to me the day after the event, he's like, man, you know, he was the MC, Brandon Howard. And shout out to Brandon, you did a great job. But he was like, man, he goes, how incredible last night was. He's like, it was just validation for you. And it was, he's right, because I've been through a lot of shit, you know, the last several years. And, you know, it was like that moment that God just kind of sent me a reward. And he's like, look, you know, opened the door for me to do something like that and pull off something incredible that I was so super passionate about. And it was just like, it was like a reward. And I think about all the times, all the moments where I've had feelings of loneliness, feelings of depression, feelings that God forgot about me, feelings that things were never going to change, you know, all those feelings when I could have quit, because I believe that is what the devil wants you to focus on. He wants you to focus on the feelings, because the feelings are real. In the moment, it feels like fact. You know what I mean? When you feel a certain way, when you're like despair, you know, there were times where I felt despair, like I didn't even think I could get up and go to work anymore, as I was just so heavy because I'd given it everything and things weren't changing and I didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel. And it would have been really easy to quit. But feelings aren't facts. You know, you have to focus on, regardless, even if you don't see the evidence of anything changing, you have to focus on facts. And what facts are to me is, honestly, it's the Word of God. You know, like if I see something in God's Word and it's a promise that tells me something's going to happen, if I do this, then this will happen. That's a fact, not how I feel, because my feelings change in the moment. I'll go to bed one night feeling depressed, and I'll wake up the next morning and I'll be ready to go. I'll feel a completely different way. So I can't base my decisions and the things that I do on my feelings, because they change like the wind. You have to weather that storm. You have to go through those moments. And I'll be honest, it's been a freaking emotional roller coaster for me to make the changes that I made and get to this point. But I know that there are people out there that are on the same path as me, specifically people that are in City Fam, and they're becoming the best version of themselves. And it is an emotional roller coaster because you're detoxing from things. It might be detoxing from substances. It might be detoxing from a relationship or toxic relationships. Maybe you're the kind of person that always needed to have somebody next to you to be happy. You know, it didn't really matter who, but you needed a male or a female next to you. For me, I always wanted a girl around. You know, it didn't have to be any specific girl, but I had a girl around all the time. When I stopped that, when I realized that wasn't going to help me find real love, and I had stopped that, it was hard. It was an emotional roller coaster. And if I would have focused on my feelings, then I would have went right back to a relationship, but I focused on the facts. And the facts were that behavior wasn't going to find me love. It wasn't going to find me true love. And I had to be willing to go through those times. And that's why I called it Feelings Over Facts, because now I've went through a lot of those feelings aren't facts, that is, because I went through a lot of those feelings. I pushed through and I weathered it, and it was hard. And I get it, if you're out there and you're going through it, it feels like it is a fact. Your feelings feel like it's fact, especially if it lasts. But you have to go through it, and you have to know that it's just a season, and it will change if you keep doing the work, you know? So I'd encourage you just to continue through, and I'd encourage you, honestly, crack open God's Word once in a while, because you can't rely on promises if you don't know what they are. So you have to know a little bit, or you'll change like the wind, you know. And you'll never get to where you want to be. You'll never hit that full potential that you're looking for and to get that deep fulfillment, I believe. So anyway, so a girl named Angel Peterson came into town. What day was it? Tuesday, I think, of last week. I think she came in Tuesday of last week. She's from Columbus, Ohio. Shout out to Angel if you're watching. And she found us on social media, and now she started a chapter in Columbus, Ohio. And she's really cool. She spent a couple days here. We actually she worked in the office on Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. We went to DC, I think. No, she came in on Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't remember what day she came in. She either came in on Tuesday or Wednesday. But Thursday we went to DC. We did a little field trip. We actually went to the Bible Museum, had a blast. Really gave her a taste of what City Fam is. Let her feel it. And she went back, and she's got a group out there called Single Fam Columbus. So if you know anybody out in the Columbus area, send them a link to the Single Fam Columbus group so that they can check it out. But we now have groups meeting in, let's see, Houston, Dallas, Montreal, London, of course Baltimore, LA just met for the first time, and I think Seattle has either met or is about to meet. So we have groups popping up everywhere, and it really it's just the start. This is the tip of the iceberg. The tour is going to start in I think I'm going to start in the United States for like about 7. I'm going to do like a 7 to 10 day tour of the United States before I head to the UK the middle of February. And I'm going to be doing a tour called The Truth About Sex, where I'm going to be going around, I'm going to be talking about waiting. And, basically the tour is going to be about is going to be about explain the practicality of it and how it impacts your life if you do or if you don't wait. Because I feel like that's the one gift that God gave me from living at polar ends of that subject. I really am able to explain it practically. And as people understand it, we're going to help them, we're going to connect them to each other so that they can have community, because it is damn near impossible to wait when you don't have really good friends that are doing it with you, because you're going to need things to do and we are going to introduce those people and form these groups in every town that we go to so that people have the support that they need and can make the journey. So actually, before I go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, I want to cut in some clips from Angel's visit, Angel from Columbus, Ohio's visit to Baltimore now. Everybody, what's up? It's Rob and Angel.
Hi.
We are here at the City Fam offices, and I just decided to go live today because Angel is the new girl.
I am.
She just flew in from Columbus, Ohio. But I would love to hear from you. Like, what did you see in City Fam or my posts or whatever?
Okay. Really, honestly, I was struggling to find more than what I had. So I connect with people daily in my job. I talk and I have like those high kind of like very superficial friendships. Not now, but that kind of just talk to people on like a short little, how are you doing? Oh yeah. And I wanted something deeper.
Yeah.
I wanted something more connection. I'm also in recovery, and I didn't want to just go to a meeting or be in a room.
Yeah.
Those are great, and I'm super thankful for them.
Absolutely.
But I also wanted something outside of that, and I love how in City Fam, I've seen you guys connect and go out and do things and get out in the community and create those connections that I crave.
Yeah.
And since I crave them, I know other people crave them. So yeah, that's what I wanted.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So like I've talked a lot about that. Basically, like, and I didn't get sober when I got sober. I didn't get sober through the program. Mm-hmm. But I know, I mean, I've been to meetings before, and I know the for the most part, it's like, okay, go to meetings and then go to coffee shops and then white knuckle the shit out of it. Because honestly, that's really, there's not a whole lot of like other things going on. And I've said myself, like, if you're the kind of person that is prone to excess, like I am, you don't change.
Right.
I still want to go out and I want to rage sometimes.
Right.
Obviously, I don't want to rage and do things that are bad for me and are going to cause me to wake up with regrets or derail the train, because I know that I'm going somewhere and I want to get to those places. I still want to go out and have a really good time though.
Yeah.
And if I don't have that outlet, then I'm definitely eventually going to be like, F it, and maybe do something, to derail the train inadvertently, because I need that outlet. I need to go out and have a good time, and really that's City Fam has been that kind of that middle ground where it's like, we recognize that there's a line, and we'll go right up to it, but we won't cross it.
Right.
I mean, at least we'll try not to cross it. Where other places are like, don't even go near the line.
Right.
Because you might get sucked in, which is true, which is again the strength in numbers, because if we go together, it's a lot safer.
Well, it's the accountability.
Yeah, and it's a lot more effective because you're at the line where you're literally having people now crossing over. They're taking just one step and into your world versus trying to take 15 steps and live some life that feels completely unnatural to them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think in Columbus we're super lucky to have a program that we do mesh together, but the coffee shop, yeah, that was not enough for me. I love my coffee, but I like to get out and do other things. Dinners are great, but I also, like you said, I like to go to concerts. I don't feel like I shouldn't have to.
Right.
And nobody's telling me I shouldn't, but you know, sometimes there's that kind of like, is it okay because I'm in recovery to do this?
Right.
Well, yes, it is, because
Yeah.
I'm going to go out and do it. And,
Yeah.
you know, City Fam to me gives you that ability to do that and have accountability, and you're hanging out with people. And I love that you guys do the life with like no regrets. So, I mean, that's what I want. I didn't get sober to not have fun.
Right.
You know, I'm going to go and have fun.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Responsibly.
And yeah, you're speaking my language. I didn't personally become a Christian because I didn't want to enjoy my life anymore.
Right.
But what happened was when I became a Christian, I was sitting at home every weekend going, what do I even do now?
Yeah.
And who do I even do it with? Because there's nobody out here. I mean, honestly, the people in church, before I found Epic is different. But before I found Epic, the people at church were great. They were very nice, but they were boring. Like they just weren't doing anything. So like I'm sitting around every weekend going, now here's the deal. And this is what I see most people do, is if they're not committed to really following the word, like really living according to the Bible, then they just go hook up and they just have sex because they're lonely.
Right.
You know, and it kind of puts a temporary fix on that. I was at a point where I was really believing God for a wife, and I wasn't willing to do that, so I really felt the pain. And I was like, shit, if you're really trying to walk this path, there's really nothing out here for that.
know.
But if you know anybody in Columbus, Ohio,
Yes.
link them up with Angel, or you know, if you can find her on Facebook, Angel Peterson. No creepers, please.
Please.
But seriously, she's got a good thing going out there. It's just getting off the ground, and really excited.
Me too.
I'm excited to come to Columbus,
Yeah.
you know, and meet everybody and
I'm
just.
going to have to get you some Buckeye gear, though.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can get down with college football.
Great,
Sure.
right?
All right. Well, anyway, appreciate you guys. Thanks. If anybody's out there, if you know you're feeling what we're saying, you're like, man, that's me. Reach out. We're getting ready to start planting a lot more of these chapters all around the world. So,
Yeah.
talk to you later. See ya.
Bye.
So, yeah, so it was a great visit that we had with her, and we're excited to help a lot more of these groups start. So anyway, if you're watching, if you just started watching, if you've been watching my videos and you want me to come visit you where you're at, reach out, you can direct message me on here, or you can send an email to bookings@robbkowalski.com. I'd love to come to your town or your city and you know, do a talk. We made it very easy. We're going to be probably couch surfing, not literally couch surfing, but we're going to be asking the people just to give us a place to stay, give us feed us while we're there, and if we're talking at a church, we're going to ask them to give us a love offering so that we can make it to the next place. And we're going to film everything. We're going to post it on social media throughout the whole trip. And I plan to be on the road for at least about 3 months or so. I want to grind it. I want to grind as hard as possible for about 12 weeks and just plant a lot of seeds and, just continue to pour gasoline on this movement, if you will. So we're really excited about the tour. We got ads that are on YouTube right now to people that have seen my videos. So we've probably got about 35 cities that have reached out. Again, we're starting in the UK, middle of February. I know we're going to be in England. We have dates in Scotland, and we have dates in Ireland already lined up. Towns like London, Manchester, Birmingham, Edinburgh, Oxford, to name a few. Those are the ones that I can remember. So it's really exciting. I didn't really ever think I would be spending my life this way. There actually was a TV interview, a special that came out when I was in Romania. It was on a station called Trinitas Television. It just came out, I don't know, a couple days ago, last week sometime. And I mentioned, I'm like, here I am, this ex-stripper from Brooklyn, and it's wild. Like God's plans are crazy, like they're so far beyond what you imagine for yourself. Like I honestly just thought I would own a bar one day in Canton. I thought I was going to own a corner bar. That was kind of my vision for my life. But his plans are a lot different than my plans, and it's fun to walk it out. So anyway, we'll see where it all goes. So I posted something a couple weeks ago where I was gonna not drink for 30 days, and I've been on it. You know, I've done it. You know, I think it's been, gosh, I don't even know how long it's been. It's been at least, it's probably been about 2 weeks, I guess, maybe a little bit more. I want to say I posted that 2 weeks ago, but it feels like it was 3 weeks ago. Anyway, I haven't since that day. You know, there have been times I've wanted to. I wanted to have a glass of wine at the Drew Hill concert, to be honest. I didn't. Yeah, just kind of checking back in and being accountable to you guys. I said I was going to do that, and I plan to continue it. And then, you know, I don't know what I'll do at the end of the 30 days. Again, I'd really like to get to a place where I'm just able to do it occasionally and in moderation. And just to clarify something, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So I had a friend reach out to me, and they said, you know, they kind of said, well, it's sad for you to say you feel like you have to drink to be normal, or because I said I just want to be normal. And I want to clarify that. I don't think that I have to drink to be normal. That's not what I meant. What I meant was, I don't want to not drink because I'm scared of doing something I'll regret. I don't want to not drink because I'm scared that I don't have self-control. That's what I mean, okay? So, you know, I'm a firm believer that alcohol is not a sin. You know, Jesus' first miracle was he changed water to wine. So, if God and Abad, Jesus, did that, then alcohol is not the problem. The problem is self-control. Because if you think about it, food can be a sin. The Bible talks about gluttony the same way it does about drunkenness. So food isn't a problem. The fact that you don't know how to control it and you overeat, that can be a sin. That can be an issue in your life. So when I say I want to be normal, I mean, I want to be healed of alcoholism. I want to be healed of not having self-control, because I used to have no self-control with pretty much anything that was pleasurable. So I don't want to, I just want to decide if I don't drink, I want it to be because I just don't want to drink. I don't want to not drink because I'm scared that I don't have self-control. You know what I mean? Like where's my trust in God in that? That's just the way that I feel. And I'm not saying that that's for everybody, but when I said I want to be normal, that's what I meant. Is if I choose not to, I just want to not do it because I don't want to do it, not because I'm afraid. So anyway, hopefully that made sense. So I think that's it, really. I actually wanted to talk about, no, actually I won't talk about that. New Year's Eve's coming up. Blessing Bags actually is coming up in this Saturday. I think all the spots are full to be part of that. So, but you can still donate. And if you do, it probably has to be today because we have an Amazon wish list. So you'd have to, if you donate, you do it now. They'll send the stuff to our office. It'll get here in time. Or you can bring the stuff to the casino. We'll be at the Horseshoe Casino this Saturday. You can drop it off. If we have space, we'll fit you in. But it's a great event. We're really excited about Blessing Bags, and just, you know, it's good for the city. Baltimore needs more things like this. You know, Baltimore needs more things like the concert. Baltimore needs more things like Blessing Bags. We need more community. You know, we need to bring people together and let them realize, hey, look, we're in this together. We're not against each other. You know, that's the thing that I feel like is missing from the city, is like there's no spirit of togetherness. You know, like we have to realize that if there's, you know, something happens bad here, it's bad for all of us. You know, like if there's crime or whatever, that affects tourism, less money comes into the city, less jobs, restaurants close, whatever. We have to realize that this is a group effort, and we're in this together. And I think that really is kind of like the heartbeat of City Fam is community. It's like, hey, look, we're doing life together. You can't, you don't get over on, so if you use somebody or, you know, are greedy or whatever, like it comes back on you in some way. There's definitely like a law of reciprocity there. But anyway, Blessing Bags Saturday. You can find more information on cityfam.com. New Year's Eve is coming up, Charm City Countdown at BWI Hilton. If you're not in the area, come to the area because it's that good of a party. We actually have rooms, discounted rooms on the website at charmcitycountdown.com. Yeah, that's it. I'll keep this one short. Talk to y'all next week. See ya. Hi, my name's Rob Kowalski. Maybe you've seen some of my videos on here, like 10 Reasons Not to Have Sex Before Marriage. I'm currently lining up dates next year to do talks all over the world. It's going to be called the Truth About Sex Tour, and I need your help. If you'd like me to come to your city, send an email right now to bookings@robbkowalski.com and let me know where you live. Someone will reach out to you with some next steps. It won't cost you anything. We made it super easy, so reach out right now. Thank you.